Hello and welcome to this look at how to lime and fertilize with the Mercedes Benz DLC. So the first thing we need to do is to configure our first Unimog, which is the U1800 to 2400. Make sure we've got the extension on and make sure that we put a 3-point hitch on the back. That doesn't come standard with a 3-point hitch at the back, so that needs to be added on. Once we have that, we are pretty much ready to go with this Unimog, and we'll get that purchased. And then we need to configure the Unimog 527 to 535, and we'll have that with just the agricultural frame at the back, so nothing else on the back of it. This vehicle comes with the 3-point hitch at the back as standard, so that's no problem. And then we also need to get the, and we'll do that straight after this, we need to get the Flegel, or whatever it is called, mod to add onto the back of this, and we'll purchase that straight afterwards. I've just put a front end 3-point hitch on this one because I wanted to show you something a little bit later on that. So there we go, the Flegel lorry body, if you want to call it that, and we get that up to the 12,000 limit, so that we can fill it up. So we fill up all the vehicles that we've bought with lime. In this case we'll start with lime, and then we just connect it to a normal lime spreader. So the first way I'm going to show this is without any lime in the actual spreader itself. So the only lime that we have is now in the back of the Unimog, and we will set that off as normal, and there we go, spreading lime directly from the Unimog through the spreader without any lime in the spreader. So that's quite useful. The problem with that, of course, is that it only has about a 6,500 litre capacity, this small, or the older Unimog. It works very well. Fantastic. There we go. Nice wide spread. Right, so now we've got the Amazon fertilizer spreader with the same Unimog, well, the same type of Unimog, different Unimog, but the same Unimog, and that has got solid fertilizer in it. And that also works, no problem at all. So directly from the Unimog through an empty lime spreader. And once again, biggest drawback is that it only has 6,500 litres worth of fertilizer in at this point in time. Let's go a little bit further this time, just for fun. Perfect. And now we go on to the 527 to 535 with the Flegel lorry body on it, or Unimog body on it. This one of course has 12,000 litres in the Unimog and spreading directly through the lime spreader, again without any lime in the spreader itself. And we go again with the 527 and 535, this time with fertilizer in it, and same result, nothing in the actual fertilizer spreader. So directly from the Unimog through the spreader onto the land. Fantastic, nice and easy, very convenient. Right, so let's give it a go by putting some fertilizer and lime, or lime and fertilizer, into the actual spreaders. So you can automatically see that we've now increased the volume by or the amount of lime that we have by the spreader and the Unimog together. And then this one, we can see that when we're spreading through the spreader, because we haven't got the 6-meter extension on it, it's actually spreading narrower. So that's something to be aware of when you do that. So it's not really ideal. So we'll just go and add the 6-meter extensions on, and we'll give that a go. And let's just see. Now this hopefully, and it does of course, because I've checked, will bring it out to the same width as spreading directly from the Unimog through the lime spreader. Which is a little bit of a quirk, but yeah. So just make sure you've got the 6-meter extensions on if you want to use this effectively. There we go, you can see we're now spreading to the right width, or the same width as directly from the Unimog. And that comes into play when you spreading with both of these together. Once the spreader empties, it automatically switches over to the Unimog. And the same happens with the Unimog 527 to 535. Also spreads to the width of the Unimog, or to the spreader, should I say. And then if you put the extension on, it goes to the full width. So yeah, when you're utilizing the system, just make sure you've got the 6-meter spreaders on for the lime spreader, for that particular lime spreader. For this connection directly to the Unimog and not trailed, works exactly the same for both lime and fertilizer. Well, in this case it's only fertilizer because that attachment can only do fertilizer. The interesting thing there is that you can fertilize from the front of the machine as well. So you could be fertilizing in the front, and I suppose you could technically be liming from the back as well, but I haven't tried that out. Just very interesting. I hope you found that interesting and informative. If you have, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheerio.